A signed one-on-one Caitlin Clark card is now the highest-selling women's sports trading cards of all time. It sold for a record-breaking $660,000 during the Fanatics Collect Premier auction yesterday. That's nearly double the record paid for the second highest women's card ever sold at an auction. The previous record was $366,000, which was also a Caitlin Clark one-of-a-one card.
A lot of cash.
Yes.
All right.
4 home runs. I guess that's hard to do. So how many players have done that?
He's just the 20th player to do so in Major League history. Louise is the first record. Now, this is over 150 approximate years of baseball history. So this is a very rare occurrence. Very exclusive club. I mean, not even Babe Ruth did this. Barry Bonds did not do this.
$660,000. That's not just a number. It's the sound of the WNBA establishment going crazy. Caitlin Clark's trade card broke every record in women's sports history yesterday night while you were sleeping. The league's reaction isn't celebration, it's pure, unadulterated hatred. The WNBA's biggest victory parade should have been their biggest success, but now it's their ugliest civil war. And it's only...
Caitlin Clark continues to break records on and off the court. So this was the highest-selling Caitlin Clark card of all time. It was sold via Golden Auctions this past March for $366K. And it was also the highest sports card sale for a female athlete of all time. The previous record before that, this Serena Williams card in 2022, but the CC record didn't last long. Here is your new highest-selling women's sports card of all time. Her flawless rookie Logo Woman one-of-one just sold a Fanatic.
Getting worse. Let me tell you what just happened. Caitlin Clark's one-of-a-kind rookie card didn't simply break records, it destroyed them. The last offer in the Fanatics Collect...
But wait a minute, look what was recently pulled. This immaculate Logo Woman rookie one-of-one auto of Caitlin Clark, and now that one's up for auction. Oh no! Yes! Come on! It's currently sitting at $180K at Golden Auctions, and it has like 15 days left. But wait a minute, it gets even crazier. 2 weeks ago, someone pulled the National Treasures Logo Woman Caitlin Clark auto rookie. Logo Man! Logo Man! We did it! Many have this card being worth more than any other Caitlin Clark card out there, so we'll see what happens. We'll have to see which CC card comes out on top, but regardless, Caitlin Clark is...
auction was $660,000, which shocked everyone. To put that in perspective, that's nearly double the previous record of $366,000, which, plot twist, was also a Caitlin Clark card. We're watching history happen right now, and for some reason, the individuals who should be celebrating are instead planning how to destroy it all. But this is where the narrative really gets crazy. The WNBA saw their golden goose lay the biggest egg in women's sports history, and instead of safeguarding her, they're getting ready to kill her. The stats are breaking records left and right, but the behind-the-scenes drama is even crazier than the sales figures. Success, it turns out, makes some people very, very uncomfortable. From disgruntled teammates throwing subtle shade to coaching decisions that make zero sense, the reaction is real, and it's becoming uglier by the day. Now, before we go farther into this pandemonium, let's speak about what these trade card numbers actually signify. The previous record holder was a Caitlin Clark card that sold through Golden Auctions back in March for $366,000, which was already the highest sports card sale for a female athlete of all time. Before that, the championship belonged to a Serena Will.
Sports card, there it is on the screen. This is a rarity. This is a 2024 Panini Platinum Rookie Logo Woman. There's actually a patch there in the upper right-hand corner. It's autographed. It says one of one in the lower right, so this is definitely a one-of-a-kind. It's autographed by Caitlin Clark there on the bottom. Comes already sealed and encased by Panini. And Clark, when she autographed it, you can notice when it turns back around here, she also wrote 769 points and counting there on the bottom, as you can see that. That's a reference to how many points she scored.
You've got players discreetly casting shade, coaches making questionable decisions that undermine their own team's chances of winning, and corporate sponsors jumping in with tone-deaf marketing efforts that entirely miss the mark. It's like everyone forgot that making money is meant to be a wonderful thing. Take Gatorade, for example. They tried to ride the Caitlin Clark wave with some marketing that utterly flopped. Instead of celebrating her accomplishment, they managed to create a PR crisis that had people asking whether they even knew their own audience. When you're a billion-dollar company and you can't figure out how to sell the most popular athlete in your sport, that's not an accident. That's sheer incompetence. But the true drama is happening within the WNBA itself. Those $660,000 sales numbers aren't just outstanding. They're embarrassing for everyone else since they prove what supporters have been saying all along. Caitlin Clark isn't simply another...
Incredible demand, she has among sports memorabilia collectors. She already sells out arenas. She's already brought record TV ratings to the WNBA. She's had quite an impact on the sport. Right now, though, currently, she's out with that groin injury, unfortunately. She's been out since, that was, the 15th. So we're in 11 days now. The team still is not tested.
Good player. She's the entire reason most people are paying attention to women's basketball right now, and the poll numbers don't lie. When supporters were asked if they'd still support the Indiana Fever if Caitlin left, the answers were incredibly nasty. The vast majority stated they'd pack their bags and follow her wherever she goes. Think about how insane that is for a second. These aren't casual fans who might watch a game or two. These are folks who bought season tickets, traveled to games, and dedicated their time and money in women's basketball for the first time in their lives. And they're all saying the same thing. If Caitlin leaves, we go too. That should undoubtedly worry WNBA executives because what it indicates is that all the progress the league has made in terms of viewership, attendance, and income is tied to one player. Take her away and you're back to playing info.
The old guard doesn't know how to handle someone who sells $660,000 worth of products while making the game look smooth. They're used to players who are grateful just to have a platform. Caitlin doesn't need the platform. She is the platform. And that's what's really driving people insane. It's not about basketball fundamentals or team chemistry. It's about power and control. The individuals who have been running women's basketball for decades suddenly realize they're not needed anymore, and they despise it. The Olympic crisis was the ultimate example of this dysfunction. Here's a player who's shattering attendance records and driving viewership through the ceiling, and they leave her off the Olympic squad because she needs to wait her turn. Wait her turn for what? To get old enough that she's not a threat to the established order? The rationale was simply ludicrous. They wanted to offer Diana Taurasi a going-away present. When has any other sport ever justified Olympic selections based on farewell tours? Can you picture leaving LeBron James off the basketball team so Carmelo Anthony could have one more hurrah? But that's exactly what they did, and it backfired terribly. Instead of establishing that the WNBA was greater than one player, they revealed that their decision-makers don't understand fundamental marketing or fan engagement. The $660,000 sales total is just the beginning. That figure marks 6 months of Caitlin being in the league. Imagine what it looks like after a full season or numerous seasons. If the league doesn't utterly botch this up. But screwing it up seems to be the purpose, because every week brings new drama about playing time, shooting attempts, or some fabricated dispute about team chemistry. It's like witnessing someone try to ruin their own success in real time. The coaching scenario is extremely aggravating. Stephanie White acts like she's doing Caitlin a favor by letting her play basketball. The body language during games gives the complete tale. When Caitlin makes a great play, there's scarcely any reaction. When she makes a mistake, it's lecture time. That dynamic is unhealthy for everyone involved. Fans see it, players see it, and most importantly, Caitlin sees it. At some point, she's going to become tired of being treated like a problem instead of a solution. The really strange part is that the numbers suggest Caitlin's strategy works. When she gets to play her game, the team wins and the crowd go nuts. When she gets confined or ostracized, everything falls apart. It's not complex basketball theory. It's basic sense. But common sense seems to be in short supply around the Indiana Fever organization. They've got the most marketable athlete in women's basketball history, and they're treating her like she's lucky to be there. The fan reaction has been quick and nasty. Social media is full of people questioning why Caitlin stays in Indiana. Trade speculations spring up often, even though she can't officially be traded yet. People are already scouting other cities, trying to figure out where she might land if she gets fed up. And honestly, who could blame her if she decided she was done with the nonsense? She's demonstrated she can sell stuff, fill arenas, and dominate games when given the chance. Why stick around for instructors that don't value what she brings to the table? The $660,000 sales amount is proof that fans will follow talent wherever it goes. They're not Indiana Fever fans. They're Caitlin Clark fans who happen to be supporting Indiana right now. That loyalty can be transmitted any place in about 5 minutes. Other teams around the league had to be salivating at the chance of obtaining her. Imagine what those e-sales numbers might look like in a broader market with good management. Las Vegas, New York, Los Angeles. Any of those cities would lay out the red carpet and let her cook. The WNBA should be doing all necessary to make sure that doesn't happen. Instead, they seem to be trying everything imaginable to drive her away. It's self-sabotage on a massive scale. The corporate sponsors are starting to notice too. Nike, Gatorade, and everyone else with partnerships in women's basketball are monitoring this scenario attentively. They didn't sign up to watch their investment get buried on the bench or marginalized by petty coaching decisions. Those firms worry about one thing: return on investment. And for now, Caitlin Clark is the only player in the WNBA who routinely offers that return. Her games get ratings, her clothing sells, and her social media presence promotes interaction. But if the league keeps treating her like a second-class person, those sponsors are going to start reconsidering their promises. Why invest in a league that doesn't know how to promote its own stars? The irony is that the WNBA spent decades yearning for public recognition. They wanted media, they wanted sponsors, they wanted people who cared about the games. Then Caitlin shows up and delivers all of that, and their answer is to try to contain her. It's like moaning about being hungry and then refusing to eat when someone brings you food. The league finally has what it always claimed to want, and they don't know what to do with it. The $660,000 sales total should be praised. It should be used as proof that women's basketball can be a profitable, sustained company. Instead, it's being viewed like evidence of some type of problem that needs to be remedied. That approach is exactly why the WNBA suffered for so long. They were more concerned with philosophy than results, more focused on procedure than outcomes. Caitlin symbolizes a different approach, one that favors entertainment and audience involvement over rigid assumptions of how the game should be be played. The old guard can't stand that. They've spent years fooling themselves that their method was the only way, that spectators just needed to be educated about the beauty of fundamental basketball. Then, reality shows up in the form of a 6-foot point guard who makes 35-foot jumpers appear ordinary, and suddenly they're left with a choice: embrace what works or hold to ideals that haven't yielded results. So far, they're choosing ideals, and it's making everyone miserable. The supporters are frustrated because they perceive wasted potential. The sponsors are anxious because they sense volatility. And Caitlin is probably thinking why she's dealing with all this drama when she could be somewhere that appreciates what she brings to the table. The $660,000 sales figure indicates that her value is quantifiable. It's not about subjective ideas or basketball philosophy. It's about cold, hard data that shows she moves merchandise and drives revenue better than anyone else in the league. But numbers don't seem to matter when egos are involved. The people controlling the show would rather be correct than successful, rather keep control than optimize results. That attitude is going to hurt them someday. Maybe not this season, maybe not next season, but eventually, because talent like Caitlin Clark doesn't come around very often. And when it does, you better know how to handle it. The WNBA has a choice to make. They can figure out how to build around their biggest star, or they can watch her take her $660,000 worth of sales potential somewhere else. Based on what we've seen so far, they're choosing option 2, and when it comes, they'll have no one to blame but themselves. The numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark is a money-making machine that the WNBA doesn't know how to handle. While she's hauling in big sales, everyone around her seems desperate to mess it up.
What do you suppose happens next? Will Indiana figure it out? Or will they lose their golden goose?
Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to slam that like button and subscribe for more WNBA chaos.